All right, so I want to show you something. Basic math, don't swipe, just stay with me. I know you probably hate math, but I'm going to show you. There's meaning to it, okay? So stick with me. Okay, so as promised, I want to show you something with basic math, no politics, no complicated economics, just numbers. Suppose you made $60,000 a year in the year 2000. And suppose somebody tells you that I'm making $60,000 today, so I'm making the same amount. Mathematically, that is true. Economically, it is completely misleading because there is a difference between a nominal value and a real value. Nominal value is not equivalent to a real value. Nominal simply means the number printed on your paycheck. $60,000 is $60,000. But the real value asks what money can actually buy. And that's where something called CPI comes in. CPI stands for the Consumer Price Index, and it measures how consumer prices change over time. In July 2020, the CPI was approximately in July of 2000, the CPI was approximately 172.8. In July of 2026, the CPI was 333 and 900 thousandths. So let's use the percentage change formula that I teach my students, right? All right, the percent change formula is percent change equals the new value minus the old value divided by the old value times 100. Okay, so new value minus original value divided by the original value multiplied by 100. Okay, so let's input our numbers into the system. Okay, so that I would read this as 333.9 thousandths minus 172.8 divided by this number times 100 for time's sake. For time's sake, that is 93.2%. Let me tell you what that means. It means that the consumer price index level is roughly 93% higher than it was in 2000. So now let's go back to the $60,000 salary. So to find out what 60,000 would be in 2000 today, we would use 60,000 multiplied by this fraction, okay? Notice this is the difference between the CPIs, okay? So that's read as 60,000 multiplied by this number divided by this number. And we get approximately this number, 115,944. So somebody who is making $60,000 in 2000 would need to be making approximately 116,000 in 2016 to maintain comparable purchasing power. And that's the difference between nominal income and real income. Now, let's flip this calculation. All right, so now I want to flip the calculation. What is $60,000 today worth in 2000? Okay, so 60,000 times this fraction. Okay, so we read this as 60,000 multiplied by 172.8 divided by this number. Okay, that's approximately $31,050. Yeah, you heard me. So when someone says that $60,000 is a good salary, people used to live comfortably on $60,000. They're missing the mathematical point, baby boomers. Today's $60,000 is not yesterday's 60,000. Again, today's 60,000 is not yesterday's 60,000. The numbers stay the same, but the purchasing power is not the same. So that's why when we're comparing wages across generations, we cannot simply compare dollar amounts. What we have to ask is, what was the real value of those dollars? That's consumer price index. That's quantitative reasoning. And that's how basic mathematics can completely change the way that you understand wages and this broken economy. Shalom.